Hello everyone, welcome back. Now we are in a position to discuss a new sensor that is the PCA 9536 with a buzzer. Now to gain more knowledge about this sensor, let's visit the website that is controleverything.com, and here we have to search on for this particular sensor, and let's see what we got here for this particular sensor, that is PCA 9536 I2C digital 3-channel input output with a buzzer, and it's a I2C control buzzer, and you can see more prominent features of this particular sensor, and you can also have the privilege to add to cart or to purchase the sensor right from this website, right from here. Also, I will be interfacing PCA 9536 with a buzzer using Raspberry Pi, and a software platform will be a Python code language. And for getting the code, let's go to the source tab, and here we are with the Python code sample onto your screen, and you can download the code sample as a zip file right from here. Also, you can get the code from github.com, and the concerned repository there will be Control Everything Community. Now what we're gonna do is to make some hardware connections, and let's see what we got there. Well, in the hardware setup for the connections, what do we require is this Raspberry Pi, which you are able to see on my screen, and these are the GPIO pins of the Raspberry Pi. Next, we require an I2C shield, which you can see, and it's available on the website controleverything.com. The real reason we are using this shield is to make easier connections with other I2C devices. So for that, gently place the I2C shield over the GPIO pins of the Raspberry Pi and make a connection. Next, we need to power up our Raspberry Pi, and for that we require a micro USB cable just like that, and gently insert it over here, the power jack. And for the internet connection, there are two options. First of all, this here is an Ethernet cable or a LAN cable. Now gently insert it over this Ethernet jack, and you are done with the connections part. Now for the other internet connection, we can also have a adapter, a wireless nano USB adapter just like that, and you can have on the USB port. Next, we need our sensor, that is PCA 9536, along with a buzzer. Now this here is a connecting cable. Now make the connection among the sensor and the cable, and make sure that the ground terminal of the sensor should be connected to the brown wire of the cable, and similarly to the ground terminal of the I2C shield. Now we are done with all the connections for the hardware. Now let's have a look over the code, and let's see what we got there. Regarding the interfacing section, first of all, we need to log into github.com, and then we have the part where we have to search for the repository that will be Control Everything Community. And here we go, and we have PCA 9536 with a buzzer. And here we go with the Python code, but before that, let's have a look over the Python instructions. And it clearly says that we have to download and install SMBus library on the Raspberry Pi, and this link will help us to do so. And as you see, we have the dependencies, examples, and the commands which will help us to do so, to install the library on the Raspberry Pi. And after that, we need to download or git pull the code onto the Raspberry Pi, and this command will help us to run the code. Note it down. Now as we are logging in on the code, it's a .py extension file, and the first thing you notice that we have included SMBus and time libraries, and we have the address of the sensor that will be 0x41. Now in the writing section part, we are going to select configuration register having address 0x03, and 0xf0 will go for all pins configured as inputs. And here is the writing command, and we have a for which will run for 4 times, and here we are going to send the data. As you notice, it's a writing section. We are going to select the output register 0x01, and we are going to send a command which will set the logic high on each pin, and here it is. And here in the if else condition, we have a setup which will check whether the input output pin state is high and buzzer is off, or whether input output pin state is high and buzzer is on. So there are two different conditions, if else, working together in front of you in this code. Now let's see how it works. Now for the working part, first of all, we need to copy the entire code of this Python, and after that, let's move on to the terminal for the Raspberry Pi connected via internet. And here, as you know, we have to create a new file, and it will be a .py extension file for the reference, and here we need to paste the entire code, and after that we need to save it, and this command will run the entire code onto the screen. And let's see what we got here. As you see on the screen, we have the output, and again when I run the command, we have the output. As you know, we have the input output pin 0, 1, 2. It means the state is high and the buzzer is off. But whenever the input pin 3 is there, and there will be state high and the buzzer is on, which you had heard onto the screen, and it will be working on as per the code. So this is how the sensor works. Now what we're gonna do is to have a look over the applications and some of the benefits. The PCA9536 is an 8-pin CMOS device that provides 4 bits of general purpose parallel input-output, that is GPIO expansion for I2C bus, SM bus applications, and input-output expanders provide a simple solution when additional input-output is needed for applications like ACPI, power switches, sensors, push buttons, LEDs, fans, etc. Well, you can have this sensor and you can purchase it from controleverything.com, and you can get the code from resource tab. From this site, you can download the code as zip file. Also, you can get the code from github.com, and the repository there is Control Everything Community. In the end, I would like to make it clear that if you have any doubt regarding any part of this sensor or video, you can have your queries on controleverything.com, and you can post your comments on the community page on this website. For articles and blogs, you can have a look over on instructables.com, and to subscribe more video tutorials like this, you can have a look over our YouTube channel. In the end, I hope you enjoyed this video and had a good one yourself. Thanks a lot for watching.